The TPP brings many benefits to the U.S. economy. One is that it connects the U.S. economy to some of the fastest growing markets, like Vietnam and Malaysia, and also large markets like Japan. Second, it keeps the U.S. engaged in Asia Pacific when it comes to trade liberalization. Trade agreements are being done in Asia Pacific all the time. The question is the U.S. going to have a seat at the table? Are the benefits going to accrue to U.S. companies, or they are going to accrue to others and keep us on an unlevel playing field? Look at Australia. They've signed 3 FTAs in the past 12 months. That's more FTAs than the U.S. has right now in all of Asia Pacific. We are falling behind when it comes to trade rights, and we have to stay in the game. The TPP will keep us in the game, and it will actually improve U.S. ability to do business in Asia, because it's really the first 21st century trade agreement we've had. It addresses 21st century business issues like intellectual property rights protection, like financial services rights, like foreign direct investment rights. It sets up regimes for investor-state dispute settlement. So it brings a lot more to businesses in the way we do business in the 21st century than any other trade agreement. That's why it is so important and why it's so beneficial to the U.S. There is a strong likelihood that the TPP will get done in the near future. There is time this year for the U.S. Congress to pass the TPP. That will likely be in the lame duck session of the Congress, which is after the presidential election in November, but before the new Congress comes in January. So that will give time for the campaign rhetoric to die down. It will give time for people, the voters in the Congress, to look at the TPP from a substantive perspective as opposed to a political perspective. And also, if you look at TPA, the Trade Promotion Authority, and that's what gave the president from the Congress the right to negotiate the TPP and enter into it, that passed a year ago by this very Congress. No change in the composition of the Congress. So that should be a sign that they will also pass the TPP. It's going to be tough. It's probably going to come down to the last minute, but there is still a likelihood that it's going to get done this year. The next president, be it a Democrat or a Republican, is going to recognize the need for the U.S. to remain engaged in Asia. Some of the fastest growing economies in the world out here, the greatest opportunities for business are really in Asia Pacific. The political and strategic importance of Asia is only going to grow over time. Even you look at the rhetoric going on in the primaries right now, both on the Democratic and Republican side, it is not an anti-Asia strategy. It is not an anti-Asia engagement proposal. It's specifically about the TPP and some of the other trade agreements that we've negotiated. But everyone recognizes, the diplomatic community, the military community, the business community recognizes the need for engagement in Asia. And we're certainly going to make the case to the next president, be it a Democrat or Republican, is the U.S. business community who live and work in Asia, of the need to not only remain engaged here, but to grow our engagement here.